NFC South between the Houston Texans and the Indianapolis Colts. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Play fake, Brissett. And he's going to go down again.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher, and we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
But I'm just going to tell you point blank, it doesn't matter whether he's 1st or 2nd or even 3rd in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
Set, 8, read.
They fake the handoff. Now Manning. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit that sack to Jabal Sheard.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsay. And he's taken down inside the 30.
We got this.
15 yards on the play, 1st down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in with the production meeting.
And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in the next. Negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. On the bootleg, it's Brissett. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Give the sack to Barkevious Mingo, the former number 6 pick.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Makes their way back out. NFC playoff race time. We give you a look at what's going on there. And right now, a lot to like on that screen. They've wrapped up the division, now currently sitting in the coveted number 2 spot. Of course, you'd love number 1, but if you can't have one, number 2 is pretty good.
I agree with you totally, and here's the other part, too. The really good teams, the really confident teams, they're not as worried about being number 1. 2 is fine because they feel like they can go on the road and win against number 1 if they absolutely have to. The big thing, though, is clinching one of those early buys and able to sit and get a little rest as the playoffs begin.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
To throw is Manning. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Clayton. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 39. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't
when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Ready. 10 logo. What's the ball? Hey, 5-7. 5.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. And this is caught at the 8. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Jakeem Grant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front. Now the try here for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Next to score, Texans 14, Colts 0.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. As the Colts offense makes their way out, we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season has gone, could be in for a wild and fun month of January.
And we can break the rules because we can look ahead. All right, there's not a coach out there that's ever said to their team, all right, let's look three weeks down the road. It's always right here, right now. Forget that. Think about what the playoffs are going to look like. The teams that we see that are already in, the teams that are trying to get in, we could have some great matchups.
On 2nd and 9, Brissett. 11 yards there, first down. Well, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Brissett. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Markevious Mingo in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And all this Texans defense, they're all charged up now. They stop him behind the line for the 2nd straight play. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. From the gun, here's Brissett. Taken in by the tight end, Doyle. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Houston. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
On first down, right back to Lindsey. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside.
Hey, Haywood!
On 2nd and 11 now. Manning. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 42.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. It's complete on the bubble screen. That's Clayton. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Manning now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. Now Adams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down now, it's Adams. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
3rd and inches, just turn around and hand it to the big guy and let him plow forward and pick up a first down. A lot of people think that the offensive line, they may almost take the play off because they got a big guy back there pushing forward. I think it actually works in reverse. I think they block harder because they love seeing that guy get the ball because he doesn't touch it very often. Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Manning. High throw, but the catch is made. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on 4th. They're going with Lindsey. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They opt to go for it, and they get it. 1st and goal after a pickup of 5. Shotgun now for Manning. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Another shot from the one on second and goal.
Hey, Sam off.
Manning going to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Eli Manning with his third touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Texans push further out in front. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half. Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
He's coming. Double up, double up.
To throw, Brissett. Into the hands of his running back, Marlon Mack. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. They wound up getting nothing out of that 2nd down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10. Again, it's Brissett. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Returnable for Grant. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Philip Lindsay and the rest of the offense heading back out. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
It's caught inside the 25. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now the Texans are going to call on the field goal unit. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's Brissett. He completes this one to Mack. So we've come upon half. We now proceed to the start of the 2nd half. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the 2nd half of Week 17 is underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll have a first down past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20. They just look like they're having fun out there. Big lead. There's another big play on the big run. I mean, they can't be stopped.
I'm a little bit older than you, as you well know, partner, and you tend to tell me that all the time. But there used to be a big-time song, and the lyric was, summertime and the living is easy. Right now, it's football time, and the running is easy for this crew.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
That's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Let's go. 15, Lonnie. 59.
It's a give to Adams out of the shotgun. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. That's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On second down, it's Lindsey. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts' 43-yard line.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Check 26, check 26. Pilot, 64, weak.
And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On play action, it's Manning. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jabal Sheard able to record his 5th sack of the season.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
On 3rd and long, it's Manning escaping the pressure right, and that is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Check 41. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get it.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Mack. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Running the sweep, Hilton with it. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here comes Grant on the return. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And some room to maneuver. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. It's a gain of 35.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you talk about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
Here's Manning to throw, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. In need of a conversion on drive, not much sense. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back. From the gun, it's Manning. And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Eli, not something you see a lot, sporting the wheels and picking up the 1st.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big time play.
On 2nd and 9, Manning. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Brissett on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
To try again after the sack. Brissett. He's got Jack Doyle. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Brissett. Middle of the field to the tight end, Doyle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Here's Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He's looking for another 4-sack game. That's how many he had last week. That's his third.
And when I watch him rush the passer, the thing that always comes to mind for me is how well he uses his hands. The martial arts stuff that a lot of guys do in the offseason to work on those, paying dividends for him. He's getting home in a big way.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. They'll run again with Adams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Texans on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. On third down, they go with Adams. And they stop him short of the first, as he can only get to the 20. A good pickup there, 7 yards, but it brings up 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Markevius Mingo. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. He finds an opening past the 40, and he takes it all the way up to the 47. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Brissett down. This goes out right to Doyle.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way, work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. Throwing. Brissett over the middle, complete. That's Doyle. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 31-yard line. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
It's a pickup of 5. Brings up second down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll throw again. Brissett, open his swing, the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Brissett going to lead his guys up 1st and 10. And he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Brissett. He's got it to Hilton. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Brissett again. This will be caught at about the 5. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Gotta love a guy who'll stand in there and deliver. No matter what the pressure, waits for the route to come open, hangs in there, and completes the pass.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And that last field goal, number 400 for him in his NFL career. I don't know whether this will wind up a Hall of Fame career, but he's certainly been at the top of his profession for quite a while.
And that is without question, my man. One of the best kickers we've seen in the past decade or so. Big congratulations to him. Pretty nice round number.
And now out comes Houston. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They start on the ground with Adams. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Once more, Adams on first down. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Texans, a final win here means they'll finish off the regular season at a solid 13-3. And now they'll await the final seeding for the playoffs ahead. Meanwhile, for the Colts, the loss is number 8 for them on the year. And it will be a disappointing finish to the regular